at my end. Okay,
Okay.
continue.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Very good evening to all of you. Greetings from Global Media Education Council. Global Media Education Council, as most of you are aware, is an Indian-driven international academic platform, and some of the most eminent media educators across the world and India, of course, are associated with this initiative. This is a special initiative which we have taken. It's a special initiative which we have taken to celebrate 75 years of India's independence. And we have 75 such sessions planned, 75 speakers, and over the last couple of months, we have seen some of the finest speakers from across the world joining these online sessions with huge audiences from across the globe. And today, I'm really delighted to welcome the session chair, Dr. Aisha Iqbal, Professor, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. Chief guest, Professor Rvita Datta, member, International Film Critics Association, and the editor of the International Film Journal, Film Buff. Eminent media educator, Professor Somnath Sen, head of the Institute, Amity School of Film and Drama, Amity University, Noida. Keynote speaker, Dr. Swarnavel Ishwaran Pillai, Associate Professor, Department of English and the School of Journalism, Michigan State University, USA. And our corporate speaker today would be Ms. Gopi Desai. And our moderator is going to be Dr. Juhi Pathak, who is Assistant Professor at the Sharda University. I'm going to introduce her, but a brief note on today's topic, and that's the potential and challenges of Indian regional cinema. It's a coincidence that only today, we concluded our National Short Film Festival at our campus, and we have seen films from all over the country. And the phenomenal success of Pushpa is an indication, and after Bahubali, is an indication of how today more and more people are watching Indian language. I have a problem with both vernacular, the term vernacular, and even regional. I prefer to use Indian language cinema. And Indian language cinema, there's a huge market, huge potential. I'm told from a lot of surveys that have come up that even up north, there is a huge interest in films being made in the south. They're being dubbed. In fact, most of the Hindi film channels are showing a lot of dubbed movies. And of course, there is a great demand for language cinema right from Ladakh, one of the remotest corners, to even states like Manipur, where very few films are made annually compared to the so-called mainstream. In fact, I can tell you from my own personal experience that as a member of the National Film Awards jury, I've had the opportunity to watch a lot of movies and several of the Indian Panorama section and the National Award jury. And believe me, it was Loktak Lairambi, a Manipuri film, which prompted me to visit, the Loktak Lake in Manipur, I mean, that was the power of that movie. It was so haunting. And I'm sure that, those who are not exposed to it are really missing out big. If you look at the statistics also, language media, whether it is television, print, digital, they're growing by leaps and bounds. There is a huge interest. People are wanting to read, listen to, watch content in their respective languages. And that's why even in dialects, you see a lot of resurgence. People are rediscovering their dialects. In tribal areas of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, there is a revived interest in dialects like Gondi. So there is a huge interest and with the advent of OTT platforms, with the advent of a lot of platforms which are promoting, nurturing, encouraging small budget films, you see more and more young filmmakers coming, and they're doing extremely well. And now new locations are coming up all over the country. In fact, you'd be surprised to know that Madhya Pradesh, the state, where my university is located, is emerging as a major center of film production, and these are small films like, Sherni, you have seen, it was an OTT film. I can give you a number of examples, but language cinema is growing. There's a huge demand for it, and they are growing even internationally. There's a huge market for Tamil films, Rajni films in Japan, so this is a growing market. And of course, in countries like Canada, and where the Indian diaspora is there, they're also, the Indian cinema is doing extremely well. I'm sure the experts here are much more qualified than me to speak on this subject. And I would like to, now straight away introduce Dr. Juhi Pathak, my colleague at GMEC, and she's going to moderate today's session. Dr. Juhi Pathak is assistant professor, as I said, at the School of Media, Film and Entertainment at the Sharda University. She is an author and has a specialization in print, television, and media ethics. She has more than 9+ years of teaching and research experience. Prior to joining Sharda, Dr. Pathak served as an assistant professor in Amity University, Noida, Amity University, Mumbai, and GD Goenka University, Gurugram. Having cleared her UGC NET GRF in mass communication in 2012, she joined the Department of Communication in Guwahati University as a junior research fellow, and also takes pride in having taught in the department as well as the Institute of Distance and Open Learning at the Guwahati University, where our friend and very active member Ankuran Datta is working. Prior to teaching and research, she worked for a brief period with Navi Mumbai television channel and has freelanced for DNA newspaper in Navi Mumbai. She has authored 4 books. The first 2 books, Introduction to Media Laws and Ethics, Television Advertising Ethics and Human Rights, have been accepted as reference books in many colleges, a great achievement for a young academic and universities across the country. The third book, Contemporary Media Discourses, Trends, Issues and Prospects, co-authored with Dr. Kriti Singh, and a 4th book on film appreciation on cinemas of Janu Barua, the social, economic and political and cultural perspectives, has received much appreciation and coverage as the regional and national media. She has supervised 1 PhD at the School of Communication. Presently, she is a professional member of the Public Relations Society of India, a member of the Commonwealth Journalists Association of India, and the International Association for Media and Communication Research. And last but not the least, she has received various awards and certificates of merit from various educational institutions for her academic excellence, including the very prestigious Anandoram Borua Award awarded by the state government of Assam, and received multiple appreciations from national and international organizations, including a recognition from the Assam State Commission for Protection of Child Rights for contribution in the area of human rights and especially child rights. I'm sure that with this kind of profile at a very young age, she's going to make it big in the world of media education. We wish her all the best. We are so happy to see youngsters who will, slowly, gradually replace oldies like me and Ujjwal. So wishing her all the best. Thank you so much. Over to Dr. Juhi Pathak.
So before Dr. Juhi Pathak starts, I would like to make one small announcement. First of all, thank you, Professor Suresh, for your presence today. We are having you after a few days, quite a number of days. good to see, and congratulations for a lovely film festival you just now did on your campus. The social media and the mainstream media is all full of that.
Thank you.
And you could manage to get, actors like Akshay Kumar and all there is too good. Okay. So coming to today's thing, for all the guests who are coming first time on our platform, as our president has already told, this is a part of the 75 event series, and this is the 55th evening. So you can understand each day 6-7 speakers for 54 evenings have already gone. So we are coming out with few outcomes of this. 3 books, first of all. So one book is 75 Jewels of Indian Media Education. All the 75 top ranking or stalwart educationists who are being awarded. Today we'll have Professor Somnath Sen for that. So all will be covered in this book. So Somnath has to write an article plus a short profile of yours and a photograph. Similarly, all the other 74 as well. So we will publish on 15th of August. We'll launch it on 15th of August. That's point one. When we complete the 75th year of India's independence and the 76th one starts. So 15th of August. Second point, we are also coming out with reflections in contemporary media, another book, which will be short write-ups of the other speakers, foreign speakers and Indian speakers. So I'll request you, here we are talking foreign speaker means can be Indian origin person teaching abroad like Professor Sornavelishwaran who is here. So, all these speakers plus our other speakers, the chairperson and other speakers as well. So do cooperate with Dr. Juhi Pathak when she collects all these write-ups from you on the given theme. The third book is on research papers. Today, I don't find any research scholar here at this point, but in many of the events, there are 1 or sometimes even 2 research papers presented. So 50 of them are selected for the third book. These are 3 books. Second, we have started our membership drive. Someone would be contacting from GMEC. Do join the organization for future activities. Third, we are editing each evening's program into 1-hour compact program. The real program may be 1.5 hours or 2 hours, depending on each speaker speaking, but we'll be editing it into compact 1 hour within a month or so. And then we'll share the links through YouTube to each one. We can also share it through Google Drive for any use at your end as well. The link will be shared with 700 plus media schools of India and outside with whom we are connected at this moment. I just wanted to tell this. Over to the leader of today's evening and the working committee member, and her background has been very well introduced by Professor Suresh. So back over to Dr. Juhi Pathak.